technology innovation management is probably the hardest thing you're going to ever manage in your life, because it is subject to that dilemma of the innovator. On the one hand, you have those kind of cost and benefit decisions. On the other hand, you have the risk which comes with innovation. And that's something which can be quite complex to navigate. And the big benefit of participating to the IFM course was that it gives you some language and some tools and some structure to navigate this dilemma of the innovator very, very effectively, and to establish clarity when you're in a managerial position for these things. Now, as professionals in the field, we often amass experiences and inklings and bits and pieces of answers about that dilemma. But what also that course does is, again, along the lines of structure and language, suddenly all the things that you've seen and reflected upon in your professional life start falling into place along that program of how do you communicate certain things, how do you make certain decisions, what tools can you use, in a way that's not forcing you to do things. It's really a set of structures and tools that you can use to make your own mix and your own decisions depending on the context. You end up applying these things. So it was interesting because there was really indeed a wide variety of industries represented in that course. I remember in particular the gentleman whose business was to grow and sell salads, lettuce, and he was wondering how to introduce innovation in that type of industry. There was another one representing a big company which makes taps for bathrooms and so on. It was really a very, very diverse array of people. And the nice, interesting feeling is that we were all sharing this wonderment and interrogation about how to do this thing effectively, how to manage technology innovation effectively, how do we find our bearings in that question. And I think that diversity, but also that sense that we were sharing the same type of question, it was one thing which made the course very effective and very enjoyable to. And also seeing that the materials and the techniques and the tools that were represented, that were conveyed to us in the course were addressing everybody's need across a wide range of industries and applications was quite interesting indeed. Advice would be try to introduce all these very, very powerful things sparingly and at the right moment, because I mean, the thing is, there was such a kind of inspirational moment, this course, that you come back from it and you're very, very excited, and people don't necessarily share that excitement right away, but with time, across time, as you kind of like distill that into the way you manage things and the way you talk about things, then that installs itself as a supplement of effectiveness, I would say, across time. And so, just as a concrete example, just yesterday I was making a slide where I did put a road mapping diagram to convey the link between the technology that my research team is gonna start working on, and the clarity of a link with market, products, and so on. So that's really a concrete example of applying these techniques on a day-to-day basis. Something for me, I mean, as someone who wasn't born in the UK, there is some kind of magic to studying in Cambridge. There is, I don't know, something about the vibe, about being in those kind of wonderful colleges, wonderful buildings, green spaces, with people who are really passionate about what they're doing. And that whole mix of the environment and the people, and it's Cambridge, it's not, anyway, makes that a very, very special experience. So yeah, from that standpoint also, the Cambridge thing, the kind of intangible kind of Cambridge magic was something that's worth mentioning, I think.